Don't panic, it's not just gonna be me tonight. Aiden and Boo will be joining at some point. Both of them are around, they're just doing some stuff. Oh, goodness. Hello, Draco Kraken. Other games? Are they on your phone? You could put them on your phone, I guess. Yeah, it's crazy. Did you know that, like, I don't know if you know this, right? But, like, there's this, like, thing that they created, okay? They created this thing. And, it's like this little slab of, like, it's got a mirror screen on it. It's crazy. And then, like, you can use it to, like, look at things and also talk to people and also play game. It's crazy. I thought it could only talk to people, but now it can play game? Crazy. I don't know what I'm doing. Sounds like witchcraft to me. True. We must ban it. Don't you guys have phones? Oh, God. Yes, that fucking... Oh, what a day. I remember that day. Everybody freaked out. It was great. Don't you guys have phones? Fuck off. Hey, Dave. Hope you're doing well. My YouTube is like, hey man, you should configure your streams of like your backup and your primary. And I'm over here like, what do you mean? I haven't done anything different. It's weird. What are we doing? Somehow people still buy Blizzard games? Yeah, I know. Isn't that weird? Some people still play Overwatch. I do feel bad for that dev. He was stuck with that announcement and knew exactly how bad it would land. Oh, yeah, for sure. Unfortunately, then they had to double down, but, you know. Hello, Timothy. Ahoy hoy. Excuse me. You'll forgive me. I just had some tacos. And so now I'm full and tacoed. So, there might be a little bit extra coughing and a little bit extra burping. Because, it seems to be that time of year. Where I'm coughing a bit more. Because, damn, there's pollen out there. You know? Well. Hello, everybody. And welcome back to TableTalk Discussion and Discourse. I, as always, am your host, Alejo, aka Great95. My co-hosts will be here shortly, or longly, who knows. They both said they would come. We shall see. What does it mean there are other RPGs? No idea. Got no idea. How's it going? Full Metal Dragon. Hope you're doing well as well. Yeah, we're going to talk about other TTRPGs. Isn't that crazy? I don't know if you know this, but people have been making like games for a very long time, right? Ever since, is the game of like one of the first games? Oh, hello. How you doing?
Good. How about you?
I'm okay.
It's too damn hot and too humid.
Oh, dude, it was way humid this whole week. Like, it's actually gone down here, thankfully. But, like...
That's good.
Dude. I would go... Okay, so I work in a fact... Oh! My man disappeared. He died it. I was talking to him. What the fuck? Oh! Hey.
Hello. So, it was humid, and it stopped, and then what?
It was humid, and it stopped, but, like, when I was at work, right?
Uh-huh.
I work in a factory, okay? And
Yes.
I have to go on the floor to go and do stuff,
Uh-huh.
right? And
Yeah.
I kid you not, because my body is the way that it is. I
Uh-huh.
do not do heat plus humidity well at all, okay?
Yeah.
So
Uh-huh.
the instant I walked out onto the floor, I started sweating.
Mm.
Like bad,
Yep.
okay?
Uh-huh.
I had to change out so much shit on the floor for like
Yep.
3 hours.
Mm-hmm.
And I would walk by people and they were like, "Were you out in the rain?" And I was like, I had to go, "Nope, this is just how my body works." Ha.
That sucks.
Yeah, I'm a
A sweat boy.
I'm a sweater. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm the same.
Mm,
What was fun for me today was that you know how it's been raining and it's
yeah.
been hot, it's
Yeah.
been humid, so I had to take out about 7 trash cans and an entire green like U-boat float
Mm.
covered in garbage, like full of garbage,
Oh, okay.
and it was raining during the whole time and humid as
Ooh.
fuck. So
Ugh.
I was literally almost like dripping.
Yeah.
It was awful.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's a bad time. It's a very
it
bad
is.
time.
Fuck summer.
Yep.
I
I'm
want it to be fall and or winter again.
exactly, dude. Get me back. Bring me back. Take me back, dude. It's what I'm built for.
Yeah. Both born in the South, but not built for it.
Right.
You were born in the South,
No,
yeah?
I was born
Or
in
no?
I was born in the North. I was born in the
Oh, lucky.
Yeah.
Goddamn.
Yeah.
At least you had nice
I
cold
mean-
weather up there.
Well, I still sweat the fuck out of like when I was outside in the winter because you put on all your fucking snow pants and your coats and everything.
Yeah, true.
And then I'm like it doesn't matter. I'm always sweating. It sucks.
You're just a basket case.
I'm just yeah. That's true. That is true.
Mm.
uh,
Ugh.
Hello, August. Finally, we're getting into the Angry Birds TTRPG. Yeah, exactly, dude. That's the one.
Really?
No,
Yo. Aw.
I don't even know if there is one. That
Oh,
That would be
honestly, I wouldn't be
interesting.
surprised.
yeah.
There's a fucking Nerds one, man. I wouldn't be so. Oh, okay, no,
True,
not a
true.
Nerds TTRPG, but there's a Nerds Adventure.
Adventure. Yeah,
So-
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But there is a RuneScape one, so I could
True.
buy.
True.
I could buy the an Angry Birds one.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. Well, snow is just a TV special effects to us down here. Arizona only has heat, no humidity here. Gotcha. Yeah. I hear good things about the heat in Arizona because it is dry.
Yeah, it's just dry.
I would like to encounter dry heat. I do not know what this feels like.
Yeah, right. We live in a swamp,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah, honestly, it's not good.
I was
here.
born and raised in a swamp.
Yeah.
Savannah. Savannah is a swamp.
Oh, okay.
Like actually, it's basically a city that's like adjacent to marshland.
I
so
get
it's
you.
almost literally a fucking swamp.
Yeah, for sure. Apparently talking about the Blizzard store platform by name gets your message deleted by YouTube. Cool, man. Hell yeah.
That's fucking weird.
Yeah, YouTube's got weird fucking like auto hiding messages.
Censoring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really annoying.
Mm.
Anyway, well, we're going to talk about other TTRPGs today.
Mhm.
This was requested by Boo here, actually.
Yeah, because honestly, I was thinking about all the episodes we had recently, where it's like, we're talking about like nothing but D&D lately, and kind of fucking sick of that shit.
Which is
Let's
fair.
talk about something else.
Absolutely fair. So, we're going to talk about a few TTRPGs today. In fact, it's going to be 4 of them total, because the second video has 3 of them in it. So,
Cool.
But for this first one, we're going to be checking out a Dicebreaker video.
Okay.
I think we've covered Dicebreaker maybe once or twice. And this one is called Quest Tabletop RPG Review, the definitive roleplay game for beginners.
Okay.
Now I would like to start before we even get to this. What do you think is what are the important aspects for a roleplay game for beginners? What do you think?
I would say For beginners, I would say an RPG that has a simple character sheet and pretty simple stats and, you know, just easy to understand stuff like that. I think that's a pretty important starting point.
Yeah, yeah. I would honestly
But
say that your dice system being probably just D6 based would also be something that you would want to do for beginners.
yeah, limiting the amount of dice that you actually use and roll and stuff would be helpful. Also, modifiers, like not having too many modifiers.
Yeah, simple all around, but not like so simple that it's just baby game, you know?
Yeah. One thing I would actually suggest in that sense is having a D100 system, because most of the time with D100 systems you don't add percentages to it or anything like that, but you usually get re-rolls. So it's always kind of the same roll to actually perform tasks.
Yeah,
it's always just a D100.
That is true. I would honestly say that probably Delta Green is very good for beginners.
Yeah, I know that in Delta Green you do occasionally add percentiles to your D100.
Yeah, a little bit.
But yeah, that's it's not too much.
That's more on the person who runs it, I guess. Like, because if there's any kind of modifiers, you can just have your GM adding them in the background, you know?
Yeah.
That, which also is one of those things of, but it has to also be good for new GMs, right?
That too.
So, like, yeah, I don't know. For beginners, it must come with a GM attached to it. Yeah, exactly. Hello, Pizza Funk.
And I think a good system for determining how like balance is, you know, obviously for we've talked about a lot of times before where the CR system is not great.
Yeah.
Obviously, you shouldn't just rely on it 100%, but when you're new, you know, you might not know that.
Exactly.
So kind of a good definitive balance, at least suggestion area would be really helpful.
Yeah. Usually for like these kinds of these games, they have a scenario that's attached to like the core rules and stuff. Well, not usually, I should say. I should say it's more it is nice to see it when it does happen, and I'm thinking more of like starter sets, I guess. Because those ones usually are the way that you want to go for that kind of stuff. So Dark Heresy 2...
honestly,
oh, sorry, go on.
I was going to say starter sets are usually a really good way to go, even if they do it may or may not be an issue for you, but they do tend to dumb down the rules a little bit, you know, just to make it easier to start, which, you know, makes sense.
Yeah.
But if you don't like the simplified rules, then you probably wouldn't like the expanded rules. So,
yeah,
you know, mileage may vary on that.
Exactly. Dark Heresy 2E has you modify the roll, but the over-under is always the player's skill percentile. Okay. Gotcha. Favorite beginner's game is kid's version of Shogi, smaller board and less pieces. That does make sense, yeah.
No.
Go has a smaller board for beginners too. Isn't there's a few like kids games that are smaller versions basically. They have like less board and less pieces and stuff. So yeah. Anyway, I suppose we'll see what we've got here for an RPG for beginners. Here we go.
One of the things we get asked to provide a lot here at Dicebreaker is RPG recommendations for beginners. Whether it's somebody looking to get into pen and paper role-playing games for the first time, or convince a reluctant friend to try the hobby, or, as is quite often the case, something friendly for children, there's always somebody on the lookout for a beginner-friendly role-playing game. Now, there's no shortage of role-playing games aimed at newcomers to the hobby, but you can trust me on this one. Quest has a good shot at becoming the definitive RPG for first-time players.
And I will note that this video was from 6 years ago, so we will see.
Oof.
I mean, it's been a while, but who knows what has come since, you know?
Turns out Quest was a part of the Epstein files,
oh!
unfortunately. They played it there on the island.
Oh my god.
Something, I say lightly. For one thing, the book itself is gorgeous, with art from Grim Wilkins, Mariana Learmonth, and Kevin Sotek. It's littered with beautiful digital paintings showing colourful vistas, illustrating game concepts like being in reach for melee attacks, or near enough to reach an enemy in one turn, and there's even a picture of a giant bear getting its face smashed off.
That makes me
Jesus.
sad.
Yeah, Jesus.
Come on.
I guess it's not gory, so...
Yeah.
As lovely as the art is, however, the first thing that really grabbed me about Quest were the opening words. Welcome, friend. This is a special place, a retreat from your worries and obligations. Now close your eyes, take a deep breath, and open your mind. Ready? Let's begin.
I mean, that's fine, you know?
Yeah.
It's definitely a thing. I always assumed Pokemon RPG was the game of choice on Epi Island. Gotta catch 'em all.
Yeah.
And if that isn't just a brilliant summary of what tabletop RPGs have to offer people and how best to approach them as a player, then frankly, I don't know what is. From the outset, Quest establishes itself as a friendly, welcoming game that promises much, but crucially, reassures the reader that they aren't going to be overtaxed, or worse, left in the hinterlands of a dense rulebook and left to fend for themselves.
Sure.
There's even a reassuring guide to the contents.
Now, I will say, I just saw a snippet. I think it's right after this.
Left in the hinterlands.
Silence your phone, please. Don't tell me what to do. Come on. I get it, it's for new people. But like,
of a dense rulebook and left to fend for themselves. There's even a reassuring guide to the contents page. The different sections are clumped into what they mean for the reader.
That's pretty good.
First, we'll teach you how to play the game, it says. Second, you'll create a unique character with a backstory, a dream, and a role to play. Third, you'll prepare your character with special abilities and equipment. What a lovely thing to have. I mean, put it this way, never before in my life have I felt compelled to talk about a contents page during a review, and yet here I am, frittering away precious seconds of my mortal life, doing just that. And also, they aren't afraid of the Oxford comma, which, for me at least, is an extra special treat.
Yeah, why do people hate the Oxford comma? I don't get it.
What's the Oxford comma?
It's the third comma, isn't it? For the for when you list things out that are more than 2 or 3. I'm pretty sure. Hang on, let me fact check.
Or is it the one in front of an and? Is that what it is?
Oxford
I don't know.
comma. Thank you. Placed immediately before the coordinating conjunction, usually and or in a list of 3 or more items. There you go.
Writer. Bitch.
Yeah. But yeah, it's usually
I use it.
Why
Yeah, I mean, I use the Oxford comma.
I use it all. It's when I'm listing 3 things, I use the comma. Like, why would I? Yeah.
Well, again, it's not 3 things. It's a comma before the and at the end.
Well, yeah. But it's usually because there are 3 things, and I have an and or an or there. Like that's it. It doesn't. You know. It just.
Yeah. Oh, I'm just saying it can be any number of things.
Really. Right. That is true. I don't see why I wouldn't put the comma. You know, like that.
Oh yeah.
It never.
I don't know.
It never. Like I was taught to put the comma, and it never seems not right.
Yeah. Right. No.
Yeah. 3 plus this isn't people don't like it. It's that they don't know how to use it.
Yeah.
What? How?
Because there's honestly a lot of people even in the US are losing their literacy. Genuinely.
That's true.
Yeah. I want to say it's like 53% of adults are not literate.
Which I would actually...
Which is...
Yeah, I would...
It's actually fucked.
I would believe that, for sure.
Yeah.
Because we have AI do our grammar now? Well, yeah.
Exactly. Yes.
Not sophisticated enough to use the Oxford comma. It's not even about sophistication. It's just a comma. That's all
well,
it is.
I mean, hey, if they want to admit that they're not sophisticated, then that's on them.
I suppose.
No need to block for them. It's fine.
The rules of Quest, as you might expect by this point, are delightfully simple. As the game says itself, you are an adventurer in a world of magic and danger. Find some friends and don't forget the snacks. Say what you do, then find out what happens. Mechanically, everybody in Quest rolls on a d20. A 20 is a triumph, allowing you to succeed heroically and deal double damage, if applicable. Between 11 and 19, it's a success, normal damage, no bad consequences. A 6 to 10 is where things start to get interesting, as that is a tough choice.
Okay, so we even have, like, an actual fail-forward kind of thing that's
that's
put
neat.
in this. Because you don't even see that in a lot of the mainstream stuff, you know?
Yeah.
Or by a lot, I mean D&D. Really.
Yeah. Or at least certainly not hard baked into the task roll rules. A lot of times it's just an optional rule, but no, this is good. This is good to have as like an official rule.
Yeah.
You succeed in your action, but with a setback. The Games Master, or Guide as Quest terms them, gives the player a choice between 2 negative consequences, and they pick one to have happen. Meanwhile, if you roll a 2, 3, 4, or 5, that's a failure. The action fails and the guide chooses the setback suffered, whether that's losing equipment, taking damage, or some other consequence.
Sure.
And then finally, a 1 is referred to as a catastrophe. This is a critical failure, potentially bringing with it severe consequences.
Sure.
And that is the entire dice system. Everyone's going to be rolling from this same rule set, so you don't have to worry about adding proficiency bonuses or stat modifiers or racial traits or any of that. And with success coming in from just a 6 up.
Oh,
Hello.
welcome.
There he is.
Good to see you.
How is everyone?
Doing
Good.
okay. How are you?
We're learning about Quest.
Mm.
Ooh, what is Quest?
Quest is a proclaimed by Dicebreaker, a really good, probably maybe the best beginners TTRPG.
Okay.
Yeah. So far, we have learned that the implementation of the actual table of contents and a lot of the beginning sections are very much this section is how this is played, like what this is for, and then this section is how this is for, and it's like going through everything in a way for beginners to learn basically what role playing is, and what characters are, and it uses a D20 and that is it so far. We've yet to see like number of equipment and stuff, but it does promise to be low number.
Okay, yeah, low math.
And I asked this to Boo before, but I would love to hear what you think. What do you think are essentials for a very beginner friendly TTRPG?
Give me like 1 second. Unfortunately, you asked this question of me of a poor time. I have to go flip my chicken. I will be right back.
Fair. But yeah, so we will just continue on.
On a d20, albeit with consequences, players have a pretty high chance of success. Obviously, rolling on a d20, the exact degree of success is going to vary quite a lot from one roll to the next, especially without any of the modifiers you'd expect from other RPGs. However, I really feel like this is a trade-off for the simplicity of the system, and quite frankly, it works. If anything, it's kind of handy to teach new players about how unpredictable dice rolls can be, and how that capricious aspect is one of the best things about tabletop RPGs.
Sure.
But Johnny, I hear you cry, if we're all rolling the same unmodified die, aren't our characters going to be identical?
That is a concern. This game system has no modifiers to your dice rolls, it's all pure luck. Yeah. Yeah. I don't see it as too much of a problem because with the degrees of success that it automatically puts in, you know? And considering the, like you were saying, it's kind of stacked in the favor of things succeeding, even if it's with a negative consequence. I think it's fine, you know?
Yeah.
Especially if it's literally meant for beginners, you know?
Yeah.
No, they aren't, I reply. Let's talk about character creation, because it is my favourite thing about Quest by a country mile. It's fast, it's intuitive, and it gives you a sense of self and purpose in minutes where other games...
I'm back.
Welcome back.
I believe that a good beginner-friendly TTRPG should be math light. It should have classes available that like follow like the families, I guess, of classes and other systems.
Sure.
So, for instance, like you would still have your barbarian and your fighter, but they might be rolled together into like a warrior class. Sure. A mage class, healer, whatever. I believe that there should be tables in it.
Okay.
Even though I know that this is frightening to a lot of players when they see that.
Sure.
I believe that setting expectations early for how your character will progress over the course of the story is very helpful. But maybe that's just me being out of touch. Am I out of touch, or is it? No.
No.
It is the children who are wrong.
That's right. Exact. No, I hadn't even thought about tables. I think they're good to have in reference, regardless of if they're like, as long as they're not overwhelming, right? I would think that they would be incredibly useful to give a brand new DM or GM or whatever, guide in this case, ideas, right? Knowledge of the limitations and such. What is it? Oh no, I lost my train of thought. No. All right. Well. Oh, I got it. Do you think because you said immediately with thinking about classes, do you think that classes are necessary for a beginner-friendly game?
Aiden?
Oh, he's died.
Did he walk away?
He died.
No. Oh, okay, he died. Okay.
I'll restate the question later. But I actually, just in thinking about it, I was actually thinking about it from a classless perspective, just from the beginning, because I would think that, making it so that things are just abilities maybe taken, I guess, or something. Well, because now that I'm thinking about it, the framework of a class might actually be more beneficial for the structure of creating characters and all that kind of stuff for newer people to follow, right? It gives them kind of a railroad, quote unquote, not in a bad way. The tracks to follow.
So I think having the system be you can do either would be really good.
I would say, Alejo, it gives them a framework from which to base off of.
There you go. That makes sense. I'm with you with that.
Yeah, and I like I would like the possibility of having both options be available for people.
Wait. BRB.
Okay.
Yep.
Ask hours. And better yet, your character sheet even serves as an introductory speech for your character as they join the party. Hello, my name is, name goes here, followed by pronouns. I'm age, years old, and stand height, tall. I'm the party's role. In Quest there are 8 to choose from. Fighter, Invoker, Ranger, Naturalist, Doctor, Spy, Magician, and Wizard. When people see me, they first notice my distinctive feature, second distinctive feature, and third distinctive feature. I wear clothes, and move with adjective. I'm from place name. where my people are known for something about the community.
Okay. D&D Mad Libs, just a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, right?
So, I'm assuming that there's some sort of world that we have already.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't necessarily go with a beginner game that doesn't have a world already set. You know?
Mm-hmm.
That would seem like too much to me for making it so that the guide doesn't have that framework.
Mm-hmm.
I believe in an ideal, but my flaw side can get in my way. I dream of dream and carry, and at this point you fill out what you carry with a separate character inventory sheet. It's as simple as that. It's a really elegant piece of design and I am massively into it. If you're not feeling especially inspired, there are suggestions for all of these segments to help get your imagination firing. The ideal you believe in, for example, could be compassion, or pragmatism, or every rogue's favourite, the ends. This one is described specifically as you don't care what it takes, as long as you get where you're going. It means, if you're willing to just go with your gut, that you can whip up the core concept of a character in just a couple of minutes.
I believe in nachos, but my pizza side can get in the way. Thank you, Entropy.
God damn it, that would actually be really fucking funny if
It
you
would be
actually
super
did
funny. Yeah.
D&D Mad Libs. Holy shit.
Yeah.
That would be so fun.
Yeah.
Minutes, complete with a physical description, ideals, wants, flaws, pretty much everything. All that's left for you to do is pick your gear and also your abilities, which is where the characters really come into their own. When you make a new character and pick a role, you choose 6 abilities to have at your disposal while adventuring. Some of these are free abilities, some can be activated once per game session, and others are paid for using AP or adventure points. Abilities are particular to each role, and some of them are organised into set paths, with abilities unlocked in sequence.
There you go.
The fighter has a dueling path, for example, that unlocks in order from counterattack to the mighty duel ability. With most of the powers costing just 1 or 2 of your 10 starting AP, these abilities are meant to be used quite a lot. So while everyone's roles are effectively the same, the abilities really make you feel like you're playing a character with unique talents and a specific build. Better yet, you unlock a new ability at the end of each session, so characters are always progressing as they move about the game world.
So, okay. So that was going to be my question of the progression system in this game. If we're getting a things every session, I guess my question is, and maybe we'll get into it, right? But my question is, what is the average session length look like? Like, what does the designer think the average session length look like, right? Because with D&D and stuff, they
for a few minutes.
Oh, welcome back. With D&D and stuff, I think that they have it as like 3 hours or maybe 4 hours. I don't actually know. But for this, if we're getting something every session, I wonder what their intended rate is. You know, because it feels like you get really powerful really fast if you do things pretty quick. So I don't know. What's that?
Let me get you average session duration.
Thank you.
There you go.
Seems a little restrictive. Don't think making your character was the hard part. I don't think so either. But I wouldn't call it restrictive necessarily, because it is just a fill in the blank. And if it doesn't have enough space, you can just fill in more if you really want to. Like, I don't think it's that bad.
Yeah. Seems to be 1 to 4 hours, with 2 to 3 being the sweet spot.
Okay. Gotcha. My first RPGs were Shadowrun, Rifts, and Champions 4th Edition. I was 14. It wasn't hard for us kids back in the early 90s to get an RPG book, read it, comprehend it, make characters, grok it, and play it. That's fair. I mean, sure. Back in my day, I started with 3.5. Okay. What does that matter? I'm sorry. This is supposed to be beginner-friendly for all ages, it would seem.
Yeah.
If it's there for even younger than 14, you know? Um, it could be like there's nothing wrong with having things be more accessible. There's nothing wrong with that, and just because this isn't, if I wanted to start people, though, at my age now, I have people that are my age around, and if they've never played one before, I'm gonna force them to play Delta Green. Okay, like we aren't starting with this. Don't get me wrong, but
Yeah, true.
this is a way to start with people that might not, like, they might have that more analysis paralysis with all of the options and all that kind of stuff. Like, it has its place, so don't poo-poo. My goodness, it's fine.
There are even legendary abilities on offer, should you get that far. So that's how Quest handles for players, but what about the guide? Does the person running the game need prior experience, even if their players have never so much as seen an RPG before this one? The good news is, no. Quest is every bit as accessible to the guide as it is to the players. For one thing, the guide section is mostly about getting into the right mindset. Setting the scene, listening to players and responding, trying to make things as exciting as possible, and, most importantly, making sure everyone's boundaries are respected. Where the players get character sheets, the guide gets a world profile. It's similarly straightforward, offering you a series of blanks to fill in as you set the parameters for how magical the region is, how dangerous it is, and what daily life is like for its inhabitants. It also gives you an opportunity to set
It gives out a very easy material for the DM to put in players' hands and say, like, here is my world.
Yes.
That is something that I have struggled in the past with as a DM with players. Being like, hey, here is yet another Google document and another Google document.
Read this.
And I always feel like I am like ever drowning, or I suppose drowning may be the wrong word, dying from lack of oxygen, but for giving my players like information. Like I'm in a vacuum and I'm like, I need to put out information, please, my players. Let me burden you with the lore of this world.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
And because of that, I feel that I am sort of choking what bandwidth my players could give to my game. So I like the fact that there is just something basic to give you a rundown and like a broader snapshot, I guess.
Yeah. All right, Full Metal Dragon, comment just a little bit. It's not written for stupid people. Calm down. We haven't even gotten into like it that much. It's fine. Like it is. If you don't think it's your cup of tea, that is totally fine.
Yeah.
Like, but it's something. I'm sorry. It's got a lot of words in it that aren't usually used. A group of commoners being massacred by a gang of marauders by the grim sounds of a stampede. That's a lot. I would say that that's quite a bit of concepts that are a bit bigger. So I don't know. Like, it is fine. Like,
an adventure hook. Reading this out to players before you jump in, it's easy to set the tone and give them a quiet nudge in the right direction before the action proceeds, as it might in any other tabletop RPG.
how is this written for people that don't trust players? What do you mean? This is written for people who have never played before. They don't know the concept.
Are you trolling?
Yeah.
Are you just being an asshole?
The point of this is to literally introduce the concepts to people who have never played anything like that. Normies exist.
Calm down.
Like, normies do exist.
I'm back for longer this time.
Well, welcome back. It's just, I don't know. It's just going through this. It's designed by people who don't trust players. That's not what this is. that's designed for literally people who have never had the concept of a TTRPG at all, or an RPG at all. These people do exist.
Yes. There are people who have never played a Pokemon game before.
Mm-hmm.
There's a quote I like, and it's never attribute to malice what you can to ignorance.
Exactly.
Yes.
And it's like people generally aren't trying to fuck things up. They just don't know any better. Think of how dumb the average person is, and then remember half of them are dumber than that.
Right.
So like this feels like you are attributing malice though, where ignorance is in fact what everyone kind of designed things around.
Yeah.
Who said this, by the way?
It's Full Metal Dragon.
Nah, yeah.
Like, it's, again, and I get it. We all learned from more complicated TTRPGs. You can, absolutely. But
Now I will say, in defense of Full Metal Dragon,
sure.
You are attributing like, oh, they don't trust the players, as if like this means the players are untrustworthy. Whereas like you can also interpret the sentence, oh, they don't trust the players, and then in parentheses to pick up all of the pieces.
I wouldn't say that was my thought on what that means, no. Because the game is designed in a way for them to understand that, right?
And I'm saying that, like, you're interpreting Full Metal Dragon's quote. What did Full Metal Dragon say directly? I want to hear the quote.
Okay. Maybe not written for stupid people, but designed by people who don't trust players.
Yeah, no, I got nothing.
Yeah, that's it. I'm taking it as it is written. I guess, I don't know, it's just... Anyway.
Again, if you're feeling uninspired or you just want some ideas to bounce off, the game has a healthy roster of suggestions for each space on the profile. In terms of preparation, the game also offers a decent amount of extra stuff to keep the action ticking over without the guide having to do too much homework. There's a treasure deck, for example, containing all sorts of weird and wonderful items for players to accumulate and use on their adventures. Personally, I found that really helpful, as coming up with interesting loot, especially on the fly, is something I sometimes struggle with. It takes a bit of time to get used to offering 2 negative consequences for the players to pick from when they roll between 6 and 10, but really, that was my only major stumbling block when running the game. So hopefully you can see that...
Sure, I mean, you could just give 1. I mean, it's not like it's mandatory for 2, I would say. It's just one of those things of, I don't know. If you can't think of anything, that's fine. Just go for just the one thing. Oh, it's not so good, but...
Well, like, ostensibly there is, or I just get the vibe of there is a table of benefits and setbacks for the DM to draw from. And they just like choose 2 from among the list. So I can see perhaps the DM not wanting to stray from that on account of that would be fucking with the game's like only balance, or like it'd be like throwing a CR12 monster at a level 1 party or a CR1 monster at a level 12 party.
Yeah, but I don't think, because that is just based off of what they roll, in the sense of this is the values by which you would fail forward in some way, or at least have some sort of consequence. I don't think there are tables for that, because they can't account for everything, necessarily. They might have some examples, right, but not a table, probably. Actually, in fact, I don't think there are any tables at all, except for the... you could call it, I guess, a table, but it's really just what... If you use an ability and you roll certain values, then this happens, this happens, this happens. You know, it's not necessarily a table, but more of a list, I guess.
Quest is as much a love letter to RPGs as it is an RPG in its own right. This is a game designed to introduce a set of core concepts that other games do in greater detail and, in many cases, with greater sophistication, but it does so with such a welcoming and open-handed approach that it's difficult not to be charmed. It may be easy to forget once you've got a few sessions or the odd campaign under your belt, but starting a pen and paper role-playing game for the very first time can be really intimidating. I still remember my first session because I was absolutely terrified. Something like Quest, however, really does help give players the best possible start. So it's elegant and it's beginner-friendly and it's gorgeously illustrated, but how does it actually play? Well, thankfully, it's very good fun. With its light rule set, it's a very free-form game, but there's still enough substance there to resemble a more traditional RPG. It allows people to try and initiate action without worrying too much about the mechanics or a complex rule set, which, for new players, is absolutely ideal. Amusingly enough, this aspect of Quest actually proved to be something of a stumbling block for my more experienced players. It seemed like they were suddenly a bit intimidated, having been freed from a more rigid stat block, which gives you skills like riding and shooting and investigate.
Yeah, so this is how, at least I used to feel about rules-like games in general. There was a bit there in the beginning where rules-like games were just one of those things of like, well, it doesn't have a lot, so like, why I'm so used to all of these rules, everything being there, like being able to pull from those rules and like do anything that I want to that way, right? Now I'm more, I still have that preference to play games with that are more rules heavy. That's absolutely my preference. But these days, the more rules light stuff, like your Fates, like your Blades in the Dark, kind of, I would say, they are still appealing to me now because of me looking at it in a different lens of, oh, I can kind of do anything, but there is still that framework that isn't making it so that I can do anything, you know?
Yeah.
Kind of my hurdle there was understanding how it still technically lets it do things in the framework of the rules, I guess.
Persuade and intimidate, and so on and so forth. That was only temporary, mind you, and things quickly progressed from there. If there's anything I think might give more experienced players pause, or cause them to dismiss Quest out of hand, in fact, it's the vague sense that they might be playing a game for children, like it might somehow be beneath them. And to those people I say, everybody knows you're very clever and experienced, but let's face it, if you're still happy reading Harry Potter and arguing about what house you'd be in, you're not too good for Quest. Because no, Quest isn't a game specifically for children. It's great for children, absolutely, but I think it's really good for adults too. It's a game that can be taught in no time at all, and the character creation is so intuitive, there's practically no danger of anybody ending up with a character that doesn't quite work with what they originally imagined. Would it keep a group of adults playing week in, week out for months or maybe even years? No, probably not. After a while, they probably would want to find something more complex in order to stretch those newly found RPG muscles. However, were that to happen, I wouldn't really consider that to be a failing of the game. Rather, in those instances, I think it could be said that Quest has done its job. Quest is a launch pad. It's a gateway RPG. It's not designed to be played for years, but it is designed to be intuitive and memorable. Like I said before, it's a love letter to RPGs on the whole, and you know what? I think it's beautiful. So yeah, that's Quest. I think it's smashing. Anyway, hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, there are loads more from Dicebreaker for you to watch. Some of them should be popping up on screen now. Do like, subscribe, and ring the bell icon so you don't miss.
I like the idea of Quest.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I actually really like a lot of the actual verbiage and words used in a lot of the descriptions. It just feels warm.
Yeah.
It feels very warm, very inviting, and very just genuine.
Yeah.
I really like it a lot.
Yeah, and
Very bit. Sorry, Alejo, go on.
well, I was just gonna say, if you like the idea of Quest, you can get the game book for $0. It is
Oh, it's free.
literally free on their site if you search up
It is cheap,
Quest.
cheap as free.
Cheap as
Very
free.
cool. I was gonna say it is very bare bones in the best of ways.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, it's like those one-page RPGs that you see,
Mhm.
that you can have a ton of fun with here and there. Do some one-shots here and there if you want to like settle down with, one of those less serious kind of things. I think immediately of Honey Heist. Honey Heist is a great one-page RPG where you're a bunch of bears trying to go and get honey.
Nice.
They're trying to steal it, and you're trying not to be too bear or too what's the other one? It's not human. It might be thief.
You're trying to not be too bear or too thief.
Yes, it's a scale.
Gotcha.
Like things that you do, and when you fail on stuff, you can become more bear or more thief, basically. And if you become too
That's
bear,
funny.
you're full bear and gone.
Nice.
And then
Wasn't this put out by Critical Role?
no, this was played by Critical Role at one point, but Honey Heist has existed for a very long time. Yeah, Honey Heist was. Is it on Itch? Is that where it came from? It might be actually. Published by Grant Howitt in 2017.
No, okay.
Which, yeah, you take on roles of disguised bears who are trying to get away with a large heist of honey. Yeah.
Oh, okay, so you're disguised. You're not just like bears in the woods.
No, you're still just bears.
Gotcha. Okay.
But you've got like hats and stuff,
Yeah, okay. So because I was wondering, it's like I wonder why being too bear is a thing if you're all just bears in the woods, but you're not bears in the woods.
Right,
You're bears in society.
Here's your
Society.
society. The description literally is 1. It's HoneyCon 2017. You're going to undertake the greatest heist the world has ever seen. 2. You have a complex plan that requires precise timing. 3. You're a goddamn bear.
Hell yeah. It literally says goddamn.
I think so, yes. That's what I've
Very
got
good.
here. So yeah. It's it does.
Good. That reminds me of that fucking NES game, that like bootleg NES game that says fucking ugly reds.
No, yeah.
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 Where they just put random swearing into games like
Yeah, exactly. But yeah.
Oh, I like
But you
that,
can
the different bears
be a
fucking
bear
funny as hell.
bear.
oh,
Yeah.
have powers.
Yeah, it's pretty.
This is good news, Mark.
This is good
Yeah.
news, Mark. Yeah, no, it's a fun like one shot kind of thing, or just a little kind of just adventure you can do. It's very cool.
I know it's not anime. We were just referencing, but it's
Yeah.
a cartoon, and anime is cartoons.
True.
Aiden, you like anime, and I know that you also are at least aware of Baki. So, did you see that they're putting fucking Yujiro Hanma into Tekken 8 as a guest character?
Yes.
That's fucking sick as fuck, dude.
Dude, I love it.
I can't wait to see like the actual model, because basically all they did was use like anime panels as like a teaser.
mhm.
But oh my god, I can't wait to see like the shit that he'll be able to do, like his actual moveset. I can't fucking wait. It'll be funny as shit. I really, really hope that one of his victory poses is the fucking split on the chairs. I really hope he does that shit. It'd be fucking funny. He'll probably have an install super where it's his demon back. That'd be fucking cool.
Oh.
It would almost be worth learning how to play fighting games.
I know. I wish I could play fighting games. I'm so trash at them.
The only
I just wish for him to have like that move where he's sneaking in someone else's shadow.
Oh no, that's Retsu. That's Retsu Kaio.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
But fucking Yujiro doesn't need to
offensively,
sneak around. He just walks wherever he wants.
Yeah, true.
All right, well, let's move on to the next video. This is, we're speaking about,
I've been playing
what? Classless stuff. And this is Kefals? Don't know.
Okay.
Saying, I tried 3 classless TTRPGs to replace my D&D campaign.
Okay.
Looks like a smaller channel, actually. I didn't even realize. But yeah, I do enjoy me some no class. I do enjoy me some skill times. So
We have no class here.
yes, exactly. Classless is what we are. Castless even too. And yeah, let's see what we got.
tabletop role-playing games for a while now, and there's one type of game that I've always wanted to try, but I've never gotten the chance to. Classless games are so interesting to me, specifically because they're so different compared to a lot of the other games that occupy the same niche within the community. With stuff like Pathfinder, D&D, or Vagabond, you could argue that the classes are essential to their identity. So what happens when you take the central themes that these games explore and the stories that they tell and put them into something entirely?
The video backing is kind of throwing me.
Yeah.
The Subway Surfers.
Yeah, really.
It's the Subway Surfers like running game.
It's absolutely
yeah.
very Subway Surfers-esque, for sure.
Yeah. It's essentially like a Sonic game, but it's a roguelite. I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's weird.
I've not seen it. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't remember what the hell it's called. I don't remember.
Meh.
For a long time.
Different. I don't know.
Also, like, this is very strange. I guess this person is newer to TTRPGs. Being like, oh, what if you take things that are like D&D, Pathfinder, and all that, and you do it without classes?
Yeah.
It's like, it becomes the same kind of theme, but like without classes?
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about, really.
What if you took fantasy plus these classes and then you removed the classes? What do you think could possibly happen?
I don't know.
I have literally no clue what the fuck could possibly happen.
I don't know, probably something closer to pure fantasy. No.
What happens? You get insane min-maxing. That's what happens. Yeah,
True.
you could, yeah.
And what happens when we get rid of the player ability to make decisions?
Ooh!
Well, you would probably like need some way to jot down what happened, maybe writing it.
Crazy.
You'd have a book. What?
Yeah. What? Huh?
Whoa.
I don't think.
And what if we removed the words? What if we just like put the image out there? Oh, I don't know. You'd probably have a cave painting. What?
Oh, these concepts I don't understand.
But I want to. So, my next campaign will be run in a classless RPG.
Okay.
I just don't know which one.
Fair.
But I have spoken to some people who make classless TTRPGs, and they've all sent me their rulebooks for review. So thank you to Oradont, Gobslime, and the Ugly Goblin.
Oh.
So how this is all going to work is I'm going to go through...
You got things sent to you? What list are you on, dude?
Yeah, right?
Wait, hold on.
I think they were they sound like YouTubers, so maybe
Oh,
they were
maybe.
down to just be like, you know.
Okay, if it involves networking, I'm out, dude. I can't do it.
Yeah, we can't do that. We don't
Can't
do
do-
that shit around
Can't
here.
do that. Only talk to people who talk to us, really.
Mm.
What
That's
if we...
how you know all of our content is open source.
Ah.
Or free range, or sorry, not open source, rather free range.
True. What if we played with our feelings, but not in a creepy way? I don't know. What if you remove everything and just sit and stare at a wall? The wall wins. Oh, true.
Rocks still fall, and everyone does still die.
What
It
a
is
shame.
inevitable.
Indeed. Just like
Interview.
Chin Man.
True.
All 3 books, and along the way, I'm going to be giving them scores based on presentation,
Oh.
how they executed the classlessness of the game, and
Well, what are your metrics that you're going to be using for this? Considering you don't seem like you have much of experience with this.
Yeah, this is fucking weird.
I'm interested now. I'm very interested now.
See how scuffed this can get?
Cue the Always Sunny card. The gang sells out for free TTRPG. Yes.
overall mechanics, and whichever one comes out with the best cumulative score is the game I'll play for my next
Cumulative.
campaign. Presentation is going to be based on the reading experience of the rulebook,
Sure.
layout of the character sheets, and
Okay.
overall
Okay.
aesthetics
Makes
of
sense.
the book. This one is less important than the other two, so
Okay.
it's only going to be
Good.
scored out of 5. Overall mechanics is a little vague, so to clarify, this will include stuff like how the game handles combat, how dice rolls are handled, etc. It's basically every part of the mechanics that isn't related to how the game executes its classlessness.
Makes
and
sense.
in an effort to be transparent, everything that contributes to the score will be mentioned before the final score is given, and this will be scored out of 10. And finally,
Okay, wait. I want to see what the
everything
rules light as tiny frog wizards. Sounds like my worst game of all time.
that contributes to the score will be mentioned before the final score is given, and this will be scored out of 10. And finally, when I say how they executed the classlessness of the game,
Why don't you just do everything out of 10 then if you wanted it all to be at, like, that way you just have the, like, you just need to say what the thing is and double it for your first, just do the same thing overall. I don't know what you're doing.
Either that or just don't have that be a part of your scoring system at all.
Yeah, I just,
If it's already lower value, then just don't bother with it.
well, I just, okay, you know? Tiny frog wizard sounds cool. Oh, I'm sure it does. I hate frogs.
He doesn't like frogs.
Frogs freak me the fuck out.
Yeah, he's scared of him.
I get
Tiny babby.
I get spooked. It's my phobia. It is an irrational
least-
fear.
At least they're not too fast.
True. Until they
They're just,
are.
you know.
I'm referring to how
Would Blades in the Dark count as a classless RPG?
I believe so. I don't think they have classes.
No, you have character types, I think. Or do you?
It really just depends on whether or
everyone
not the
kinda
character types
has-
or other systems prevent you from taking an ability.
I don't
Like,
think
you
they
know how in older D&D where rogues could only do the lock picking.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
something that's hidden or gate kept by a class. That's how I would describe
Yeah,
a class.
I think they all
something
have
that-
the same stats. They just some are better at it than others, I think. Something like that.
Yeah.
I would say that your class is basically given to you by the fact that you are playing Blades in the Dark.
Yeah, you're kind of all
Oh, true.
thieves
You're all thieves. Yeah.
of
yeah.
some type.
I think he wants presentation to weighted less. Yeah, I get that, but like, I don't know, man. It's just kind of silly to me.
Yeah.
how the players gain skills, what advancement looks like, basically what replaces classes in this
Okay,
game.
Sure. Okay.
And is it good?
Gotcha.
For my specific purposes, this is the most important thing, so I'm gonna score it out of 13. So without further ado, let's
Wow.
take a look at our first
Okay.
game,
You know, I'm just not gonna-
Dungeneers.
I'm not gonna worry about it.
Yeah.
This game is made by a fellow TTRPG tuber, Gobslime,
You
who
go
emailed
ahead
me a
and
little
not
while
worry
ago
about
asking
it.
me to
I'm
review their free
worried
game,
very
Dungeoneers.
intensely.
So I did a quick skim through, and I was definitely impressed. Dungeoneers is cool because it's specifically about being a part of a guild. As someone who grew up watching Fairy Tail, I really like this. One of my current campaigns
I also watched Fairy Tail when I was younger. I'm sorry.
follows a guild, and
Yes,
I
true.
wish I would have
Frogs do come from a different dimension. That is true.
Hmm.
They're abhorrent beasts that should be removed back to their dimension.
found this game beforehand because it would be perfect for it. There is one thing that might be a sticking point for some people though. The mechanics of the game are very much tied to the guild structure. You gain reputation, and at certain reputation milestones, you level up. And then every 2 levels, you rank up. Of course, you can just ignore this and make your reputation an abstract concept of how the public views you, and turn the ranking system into a purely mechanical concept. That being said, the game does...
I'm sorry, you're flashing this text on the screen, and part of me wants to read it, and the other part of me just does not want to read it because I would have to watch this gameplay more. And I'm sorry, like, and I have not. Sometimes gameplay behind your videos is fine. Don't get me wrong, but like when you had gameplay of like the fucking CS sliding fucking gameplay and like all that kind of, you remember that shit? That was the original fucking Subway Surfers fucking gameplay.
Yeah.
All right, you just had people going on those CS maps and sliding around. Like, it's just like, okay, cool, great, glad I'm watching this. Like, I don't know, man. It's fine. It's your style. I get it. It's not for me.
Yeah.
Have tables for the different mission types and the tiers of missions, which can...
Especially since I'm not being shown anything from the book. Okay?
Yeah, true. That's the problem.
You were sent these things, and you could show me things from it, and maybe you do. We're only 3 minutes in, but like, you could be giving me information rather than just telling me it, so that I can also like corroborate with this. You know? I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
It's just one of those things, right? Old man yells at cloud moment. Yes. Absolutely. 100% I am yelling at a cloud, but also I'm going to substantiate it with give me stuff from the book. At least play Fallout New Vegas in the background. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, hell yeah. Jesus Christ.
Can be very helpful for the GM and are tailored to the guild structure. First things first, right out the gate, this book is narrated by this guild attendant character.
There we go.
And I love it so much. It's entirely unnecessary, but it helps establish the game's theme and personality very early on. The world building here is also really cool. The dwarves are super neat, and I really like the 2 Arborian factions are separated not by race, but by ideology. Gobslime did such a great job of not falling into the classic pit.
Yeah,
I would have liked to actually see that. That would have been nice.
Yeah, it's just, I get that okay, so you probably wrote your script, right? And then you went, oh, there's some stuff here that I could add to like flesh this out. How long is this video? 22 minutes. Okay, you don't have an excuse. So you could just go back and record that stuff and like tell me about it, you know?
Yeah.
Like, and
I was kind of interested.
I get it. We've seen it in many a video, but like when it flashes on the screen so quick, I have to go back to fucking read it and stuff, okay? And like a lot of the time when people do that with text on their video, they leave it there for a little while so that you can read it because it's part of the point. The book is narrated. Yeah, I'm assuming the writing style is from that person, right?
Yeah.
Text should remain on screen long enough to be read out loud 3 times. Like, again, if it's like a sentence that's like 5 words, okay, fine. That can be that's a few seconds.
That can be quick.
Sure. It takes you no time to read it and stuff. My brain is bad sometimes, okay? I don't know.
And also you have people who live with ADHD and don't spend their entire lives looking at the screen. They're fiddling about with other things. They're looking elsewhere.
Yeah.
They're in another room. And you want to like give people time to make their way to the screen and look at what you want to show them.
Exactly. Like, not that this should be encouraged more, but second monitor stuff is kind of a thing. Okay, like I get it. We're in that age. Okay, but like at the same time, if it's important enough, we can go back and we can re-record. I do promise you that adding another 8 minutes to your video is fine. I promise you this. If you can keep retention, That's what you want. So now I've said all this, what was this fucking thing?
Also really cool. The dwarves are super neat, and I really like
'Cause I'm
the
gonna
two
pause on it.
Arborian
It better be
factions
important.
are separated not by race, but by ideology.
There are two factions. One wants life to flourish, and the other believes life can only flourish when pushed to the brink. You could have said that.
Yes. Yeah, why couldn't you just fucking say that
You
or
could
let
have
us read
gone
it?
back and set, like,
Uh,
insert a little ADR line.
Man, introduce a third Myconid faction
Hell yeah.
that says that life can only flourish in death.
Yeah, that'd be
Fuck
awesome.
yeah.
Gobslime did such a great job of not falling into the classic pitfalls that D&D made when world building. I think the best example of this is through the Mind Bane, which is a disease that only affects small creatures like gnomes and goblins, that makes them violent and cruel. This is so sick.
Hey, well, this one actually
Okay,
stayed
so
up
you
for a
let
while.
that one
There
stay.
you go. Yeah, that one fucking is up. Wow. Goblins are instantly shut out there from... Sorry. Oh, they form their own tribes to stop the spread of the infection. Sure. Yeah, okay.
To me because goblins are such a great early level threat, but making an entire species evil is dumb and stupid, and I genuinely hate it, so A+ on Mindbane.
I mean, dude, it can be, like, you can do it for... it. Whatever.
Yeah.
You can have something that is just evil. Like, that's fine.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be a thing. It really doesn't. In D&D's defense, pitfalls weren't established when it was created. True.
Mm.
Also, again, you showed us fucking art. That's all you did from the book. Which, don't get me
Yeah.
wrong, I like seeing art. Anyway.
The first problem
this
I
section
have with
will
this
have
book
it.
is having character creation right at the start. Personally,
What?
I like my character creation sections to come after the core rules, because I'm just getting a bunch of information tossed at me that I do not understand. It just makes for an overall worse reading experience. The other problem I have with this is that some parts of the rules are slotted into the character creation when they shouldn't be. Specifically, the 2-hit mechanics are
Hey, we've got stuff from the book. Thank you.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Ability to land hits on enemies or use offensive abilities. Attacks deal 1, 2, 3 damage depending on how much lower the roll is to the, I guess, toughness.
Target number, probably.
Oh, target number is good. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So, I guess explain to me how this is. Yeah, explain.
sections to come after the core rules, because I'm just getting a bunch of information tossed at
Also, this Death Defiant.
Oh.
When making vitality rolls while defeated, you cannot be reduced below 10 vitality from the penalty. How can't you understand what that is? Optional skills. Well-mannered. Humanoids often regard you as harmless and take your opinions in the best light. When making an effective social roll, reduce the target's composure by 4 instead of 2. This is what do you mean you can't understand what this means?
Yeah,
I
like to me,
believe-
this
I
immediately
believe-
jumps out as probably like vitality is your constitution, composure is your like willpower or something.
So perhaps this is me expending a little bit too much good faith.
Sure.
But I would see optional skills. It says like well-mannered humanoids often regard you as harmless and take your opinions in the best light,
Sure.
whatever. This tells me that this is probably part of like a feat stat block.
Mhm.
And this seems like an optional feat, I guess. Which just, I don't know, seems weird balance-wise, but
I don't know.
I guess my confusion is stemming from the fact that I'm interpreting this from like a 5e basis.
Oh,
Hmm.
sure.
And this isn't 5e, I guess.
Yeah, no. Oh, excuse me. Whoa. Yeah, no, I just, especially for somebody who is trying to replace from D&D, the base concepts that you learn from D&D, would probably make it so that you can make the idea of like what vitality means pretty easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like stuff like this is just I don't know, a social encounter roll. That's the only thing there that really would stand out. Composure, I guess, as well. Composure sounds like a stat to me. A social encounter sounds like what it is, and then 4 instead of 2. Like, what do you mean you have zero clue what it means on the first read, especially given your background that you have given us?
Yeah.
I don't understand. But maybe you could have chosen better examples for that. So yeah, I don't know. This font, cue the Law and Order, dun dun. True, it is the Law and Order font. Oh my god.
Me that I do not understand. It just makes for an overall worse reading experience. The other problem I have with this is that some parts of the rules are slotted into the character creation when
Okay, so sorry, you could have also like put an example of maybe the rules saying stuff about those skills specifically after the fact and given us like a page number and stuff to say this is where you learn about this, like to reinforce your point, you know. Just something. Because otherwise I'm just going off of what you're saying, which I will to a degree, but also I'm just like, at the moment.
Yeah.
Oh god, I went too far.
I like my character creation sections to come after the core rules because I'm just getting a bunch of information tossed at me that I do not understand. It just makes for an overall worse reading experience. The other problem I have with this is that some parts of the rules are slotted into the character creation when they shouldn't be. Specifically, the 2-hit mechanics are in character creation instead of combat. I think
That would be kind of out of place to me.
I can agree to that.
That is weird.
Yeah, I can agree to that.
I think the book is mostly laid out really well and the color-coded sections are great. The art really fits the theme as well. This is just a problem I have with it. This game is also a 2d12 roll under system, and while I personally prefer high roll to roll under, I do understand that roll under helps players and also takes some weight off the GM by making DCs consistent. Speaking of dice, leader checks are super neat. Basically, instead of using the help action to help someone give a speech and having to work your character into someone else's moment, you can make a leader check, which lets all players give a +1 to the DC, making it easier to pass. Initiative is also really interesting in this game. Similar to Nimble, the initiative is player decided, but instead of actually having an initiative order, you kind of just go whenever you want. If
It's another one of these. Okay.
Yeah.
I've said my piece about that in the Daggerfall video when we were talking about it. There's some pros, there's some cons. Yeah.
you have actions to spend, you get to use them whenever you want, as long as no one else is using their actions. I'm kind of undecided on this one. I really like this in rules-light games like Masks or Bump in the Dark, but I think for a game like this, I would like some amount of structure. Of course, this is such an easy fix. I can just steal Nimble's initiative order and have the players decide the order first turn, and then have all the monsters go after the players.
Sure.
I really like the rival mechanics, specifically Heat. I think it's so cool. And
Hint or foreshadow?
This is from another system.
Oh, is it?
This is from Heat, I do believe.
Oh, Heat is its own thing.
That's
Oh,
why
I
it
thought.
says Heat cost.
Oh, I thought that this was part of. Oh, okay.
instead of the rivals just being some random adventurers, you can use Heat mechanics to have them throw massive wrenches into the party's plans. A great example of this would be Strategic Victory. The party barges into the boss room after such a difficult dungeon, only to find the rival party standing over the corpse of the boss, having defeated it seconds before you arrived. That's awesome, and of course these are things that can be done without the mechanics, but I think the fact that they're built into the game incentivizes.
Ah, no, okay. So this is part of this game. It's not its own system.
Okay.
There you go.
Oh, okay.
Fair enough. I mean, and I like the idea of having things that are stuff like that you don't necessarily need to have built in as well. Like he was saying, like that's fine. If it is built in. I would like to know what Heat is, how it's generated, things that would actually give me ideas as to how this is balanced. Because is it like what Cohorts of Cthulhu does, where We can give stuff to the GM, and then the GM can use that and cash it in here and there, or like 7th Sea, right? That what is it called in 7th Sea?
I could not tell you.
called?
It's been too long since I
That's
looked
fine.
at those books.
It's whatever you're using in that to make it so that when you spend it, it gets given to the GM to then use against you, but you get it back and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, it's not like stress. It's
No. And it's not like luck. Well,
Yeah, I don't remember.
regardless.
I know what you're
it's-
talking about.
Yeah,
though.
yeah. It's
Yeah,
that
yeah.
kind of risk-reward system that I really enjoy.
GMs
It
to
was like
use
this
them?
setting
Sorry,
blank.
sorry.
It was like the setting blank.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
The scene setting.
I
whatever.
really wanted to make a heated rivalry joke here, but I just couldn't find a place to put it that made sense. So drop a comment with your best one. I'll pin my favorite.
Sure.
Another cool mechanic is once per session, you can spend 5 of your talent marks, which is a resource you get from doing cool stuff, to activate overdrive. You get to take over the scene and just do crazy stuff. And in my head, this is what Yuji did when he hit 7 black flashes in a row. Before we move on to the main event, I've got one
know what that
thing
means.
that I really just don't like. Social encounters are very important to me. I play very RP heavy games, so I'm usually happy to see any mechanics that aid in RP. The social encounters in Dungeneers are simply just not my speed. Basically, the NPC has one of 4 approaches going into the encounter. The party also chooses one without knowing what that NPC chose. There's this whole rock, paper, scissors board where different
Don't know about that.
Yeah.
I would just rather roleplay, for sure.
Yeah. Same.
When
How
you
the fuck do I read this table?
your approach is persuasion. What's effective against it is intimidate. Or I'm sorry. Yeah, it is
Oh,
effective
okay.
against intimidation. It is neutral to deception. It is ineffective against rapport.
Yeah.
I would when we gamify social encounters to this degree, I don't know.
I would rather NPCs just all have their own individual motives.
Yeah. The heat chart would fit on My Hero Academia or TTRPG very well. Oh, would it? I guess so, yeah.
Yeah, and really, honestly, a lot of like superhero RPGs that would
Yeah,
be really cool for that.
approaches are effective and ineffective and neutral against other ones.
They made them Pokemon. Yeah, a little bit. It's a yeah. I don't know.
And that helps us decide what the DC for the check is going to be. And then you make the roll. I don't like this for 2 main reasons. One, it will slow down RP when I have to reference a spreadsheet every time one of these rolls are made. And
Sure.
2, I don't like having one final roll that decides how the RP encounter ends. This
Yes.
feels like it's adding too much to RP to the point that it's taking away from it, and I could see how it would work for other people's games, especially if your table isn't too much into RP. Like, in that case, this is amazing and would be such a welcome addition.
I guess at that point, it's a dungeon crawl, basically. Why even do it, you know? I mean, you could have that light RP, I guess, if you really want it. If your table really wants something to challenge them, quote unquote, with it. But I don't know. Sure.
But that's not the games I run, and with the amount of mechanics in this game that promote RP, this game doesn't seem like it was even made for those kinds of players in the first place. Okay, let's move on to the big one. How does this game implement its classlessness? Through a 25-page long list of skills, plus ancestry skills. Holy! That is a lot of options. Each skill costs 1 point, and at level 1 you have 5 points to use. You also get 1 point for every level after that up until level 10, so you'll end off with a total of 14 skills. This is a pretty good way to do this. My only problem is that almost every skill is available from level 1. This leads to almost zero vertical growth, where instead of getting stronger skills as you level, you just get more skills of the same power level.
Yeah, I am usually a fan of trees, especially if they're being built by the things before them, or if they're just they're gated off because of other skills needed and all that kind of stuff. Like, it gives you that sense of progression, and it's not even like, even if it's the same quote-unquote power level, it's just you need this to then take this, you know, like even stuff like that I'm okay with. But if we're going to make everything available all at once, yeah, there's 25 pages of it, and I guess it's unlikely that you would have, or it is less likely that you would have people running the exact same thing. But if there is something that is objectively better, you know, you'll get that kind of play of like seeing everybody with the same kind of skill, potentially. Now, that could be said for many a thing, don't get me wrong. But especially if it's all available all the time, I feel like it's way more likely to be happening if that's the case. But then again, I don't know the balancing of the skills because I haven't seen many. So take that with a grain of salt.
It's time for scoring, and for presentation, Dungeneers gets a 4 out of 5. The theming here is top notch. The guild attendant was a great way to introduce the player to the world and set some groundwork for the rest of the book. Also, the art is really nice in this book, and the color-coded sections are always a plus for me. The only thing keeping this from a 5 out of 5 is that the character creation section comes before you learn the core rules of the game, and not having the most important part of combat, being how you hit things, located in the combat section of the book. That just kind of threw me off. Overall mechanics gets an 8 out of 10. The 2d12 system is pretty well done, and the game is set up in such a way that actively helps the DM. Dungeneers also has really cool mechanics like overdrive and rivals that weave RP and combat together, but those social...
I don't even remember what overdrive is.
It's the thing that Jonathan did in season 1.
Yeah, it's the thing that allows you to spend all 5 of your hero points or whatever to take over the theme.
Yes, thank you. Okay.
Social encounter rules, man. For something that is so integral to how my players and I play these games, it's definitely a drawback, and if I do end up playing this one, we're probably just going to end up not using those rules.
Yeah, I'm not saying that, Dave, the 25 pages isn't that wild for a classless system. The Star Wars narrative dice games run around 25 pages, which is fair. Like, I don't think it's a problem. I'm just saying for the skills themselves, like, potentially you would see the same things being taken if they are better, objectively speaking, potentially. So I don't know.
And lastly, when it comes down to how Dungeneers implements its classlessness, I give it a 9 out of 13. I love the amount of options, and I'm a big fan of those options provided, but I'd like to see some more prerequisites for skills, either through level barriers or needing other related skills. Sure. All of this gives Dungeneers a final score of 21 out of 28.
Okay. So here's kind of an issue that he's already kind of fucked up a little bit. If you're playing a classless system, you don't have levels. That's not how they work.
No, I think that's still fine. Levels aren't inherent to a class system, because the level taking just gives you the ability to take another skill, especially when everything is not kept by a single class, right? If everybody has access to it, it is classless still, right?
Oh, okay, yeah, that is true.
Yeah,
that's fair.
Really quickly before moving on,
over here, really thrown by the fact that he made all of his scales like these different numbers, right? And I hoped that they would all total up to a nice round number, but now the total number is 28. It's not even like a
30.
Cleanly divisible. Yeah. Well, I was hoping for like 25 or something, right?
Sure.
Oh.
On to the next game. This is by far the most ambitious video.
Not gonna lie, I don't know if I really understand how that game plays. I think you needed like a sample round showing off some of the skills. Yes, agreed. I don't know what that game is. I like I don't know. I'm not sure. Like, all I know right now is that they've gamified the social encounters in a way that I don't like. And then the other stuff, getting those skills and stuff, you know, there are some neat races, I guess.
Yeah, two. Two that he mentioned.
And I'm just like, okay. I don't know. I don't know much. And that's just true for my entire life. But in this case, I just don't know much about the game. And I don't know. Maybe I understand that the point of the video is to show what he's gonna choose, but I'm wondering why I'm a participant in this.
Yeah, true.
Is that like I understand that you got to make the video and you want to make something that you can show other people and say, oh, maybe you'll like this too, which makes total sense. I get that entirely, but I don't know enough to like make an informed decision about that one. So maybe I'll have to look into it myself, which is fine for me to do. But in your video where you're trying to tell me things about the system, I would hope that you would tell me enough things about the system to get me even interested, I guess. Slash knowledgeable enough to then be further interested. Like, fucking the moment that Garibay started talking about Wildsea, okay? The moment he started going into that shit, okay? Even though he's a piece of shit about that game,
yes,
I wanted that and I bought it and I have it. It's over there. Like, it just...
Yeah, that is quite damning.
I don't know.
To be compared to Garibay in a negative light.
I'm sorry. It just, like, that's about the same amount of time as this video is taken. Probably he had maybe a few minutes more, maybe. But, like, 10 minutes, yeah. That's like a Garibay video length. And I followed your video mostly. So, like, I don't know.
I left and came back, and I heard something compared to Garibay negatively. What's up?
I was saying that because of the amount of information that I have because of this video about that game, I don't have enough to even know if I'm interested in it. Whereas, like, with how Garibay was a piece of shit with talking about Wildsea, I knew exactly that I wanted Wildsea. It wasn't just to spite him. It was also because he gave me enough of that I went, ooh!
Yeah.
Now,
yeah, damn. I just wanted to say that I've been intensely distracted by this Subway Surfers like footage in the background.
Yeah.
Whenever I like find myself focusing in on the topic,
yeah,
my attention immediately gets wrested away because the player of whoever made this footage landed a pretty clean jump.
True.
So then I go, ooh, and then I go, oh fuck, what were they talking about?
Yeah, no, I get you. I understand. You gotta cut that 10 minutes by 3 for each time Garibay made his point. True.
Yeah.
You're right. I hope every game has a different scoring system. I would laugh, actually. If
that would be hilarious.
I would actually call this fucking video genius at that point, honestly.
I've done yet. It's taken me a long time to read through and take notes on all 3 systems, and then script the reviews and then edit this whole video, so I'd really appreciate it if you liked the video. Maybe even subscribe. I've also got channel memberships now, if you want to support.
You have channel... How the fuck do you... How are we supposed to get channel... Oh, you probably have videos that actually people watch. Never mind. That's how it works.
Yeah.
Never mind. We don't get that. Guys, like, like 13 more subscribers than us, or like maybe 20, I don't know. And you know what? That makes sense. That makes sense that you get more views. I give this game a banana out of 10. Banana.
Support me monetarily, you get extra videos and a little badge next to your name in my live chats. It's definitely not necessary, but YouTube's been telling me to let you know it exists, so I have done that now. Let's move on.
Oh.
Utopia is a TTRPG meant to take place inside of a shared multiverse fantasy world known as the Mirror Myth, mostly comprised of short stories, both official and fan-made. I'll be the first to say that the Mirror Myth is a really cool concept, and having a tabletop role-playing game as a way for people to experience the world is super neat. I think the world building is the biggest strength that this game has.
Yeah, that sounds fucking sick. If anybody can like make stuff for this world, that's fucking sick, man. I think that's great. Obviously, you know, you vet it to your own desire at that point and see what's canon and what's not canon for you. But I mean, having those options just be literally limitless, because there will never stop being, you know, people to contribute to. Well, I would hope, at least. Hopefully the game is popular enough. But yeah, I mean, cool. Very, very cool. Wild Sea looks cool. It is cool.
Yes.
Throughout the game, there are these one-page little short stories that are pretty enjoyable.
Oh, look at that. You even blurred out the background for that one. That is, what are you doing? You're changing your text style so much.
Reads. Sadly though, that's really all the positive things I can say about this game's presentation. Every single page is comprised of a strange plaque with a paper texture sitting on top of a marble background, and that combined with every single page having the game's logo is super distracting for me. Utopia has a pretty simple dice system. It's a 3d6 roll high, and as someone who really likes d6 systems, I'm a fan of this. I also think that the points of favor is a cool spin on advantage. When it comes to mechanics in Utopia, it's definitely the
Okay, so can I just Garibay thought that Wild Sea, the person was stupid for charging money for something that had more content to it when he had a free 150-page version that is all that you technically need to play the game. Yeah. He was basically saying, why would you support a creator instead of just take what he did for free in general and not give him any support if you enjoy the system. Yeah. It's good stuff. It was absolutely great.
Yeah. Yeah, he's just being a piece of shit.
Yeah. Because it's not D&D. Anyway. D6 systems, shutters, and Shadowrun. So I've just noticed that this section seems to be not as signposted by like the titles, because now we're in mechanics already. We've been in mechanics for a little while. I'm sorry, but you've now dropped your consistency of like actually putting your chapters, I guess, quote unquote, of each like section of each of these games. I hope I'm wrong, but you're already talking about mechanics, and I haven't seen your mechanics thing yet. So, just for your I guess pacing of your stuff, if this is a smaller game, because that's what I'm getting the feeling of, is that it's smaller, there's not as much to like go over entirely. That's fine and all, but keep consistent with your like style, I guess. I don't know. Weird. Because I've started to lose track now, because now we were about presentation, and now I guess we're just immediately going into the D6s and all this stuff, and that's your mechanics section. I just need your title thing.
For me, Utopia has a pretty simple dice system. It's a 3d6 roll high, and as someone who really likes d6 systems, I'm a fan of this. I also think that the points of favor is a cool spin on advantage. When it comes to mechanics in Utopia, it's definitely the crunchiest game of the three, with 2 different types of HP, an in-depth crafting and spell-making system. I'd be shocked if it wasn't crunchy. The problem here is that I don't want a super crunchy system, so that will affect the rankings, because again, these are all based on what I'm looking for.
Sure.
I just mentioned the spell and
Leave the
crafting
text
systems,
on
and I
the
want to go over this really
screen.
quick.
Yeah, honestly, at this point, I'm just not. I don't care what the text
Yeah.
says.
I just don't
Yeah.
care what they say.
Like it's fine.
Like you've lost me at this point.
Please, if you have any interest in what the text says, go and watch the video yourself. Absolutely. But like
Yeah.
I just don't care at this point. I'm sorry.
I'm a big fan of crafting systems. I think that making your own items is really cool, and it's a welcome inclusion in every game because
True.
you don't have to use them if you don't want to, but having the option is nice. And this is a pretty good one. It's 30 pages long. It's very easy to understand. You just give an item features, like maybe it can hit twice per turn. Maybe it's like on fire or something. I don't know. And then those features increase or decrease the total rarity points. So like debuffs decrease the rarity points that the thing has, and then buffs increase it. And then different item rarities, so like common, uncommon, yada, 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 have different feature caps, like the amount of features that you can have. And they also have different time requirements. And while I like the crafting system, I love the custom spell system. The most bare bones explanation is that you start with a blank spell, which you can add effects to. Those effects cost power points or PP. Once the spell is finished, you divide the power points by 10 and round up, giving you the stamina cost of the spell. So if a spell costs 40 power points, you would need to spend 4 stamina to cast it. But if it costs 42 power points, you would need 5 stamina to cast it. There's also the matter of maws and wakes. A maw is the point at which a spell pierces the aether, this magical realm that spellcasters draw their magic from. This is basically the range or target of a spell, and then the wake is a ripple that
I find it funny that you used a character from Pathfinder as your example for this. Is that because this game, like, because it's that multiverse, there's no like specific character models to like reference? Is it okay now? Because I'm assuming it's just these pages now. That is just this is the like universe that it is a part of, and then the rest of it is just the mechanics or something. I'm not sure. I don't know what it looks like. I don't know what the book looks like. I got no idea. I've seen a character sheet. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I don't know, but sure. Okay.
can be caused by piercing the aether in a specific way. This is how you get your AoE spells. The Shapeless Extend is the coolest version of this to me. I just think it'd be awesome to have your fireball be like tentacles lashing out at people instead of just this 20-foot radius sphere, everyone die.
I agree that we should have more special spell customization, a la Morrowind. You know?
Yes.
I'm totally down for having it be this way. That sounds like the coolest part of this system so far. Probably the part that I would steal a little bit if I could into like something like GURPS, because D6s, right? Like just so that it's the easiest kind of thing. But to be fair, I don't know if GURPS itself has spell crafting in such a way or something, you know? I should honestly look into GURPS a bit more, because it seems really cool being the generic, you know, everything role-playing stuff. So, I don't know. Marvel Multiverse is a good D6 system, streamlined, but with decent depth. Cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I just think it's really cool. I think it's really cool. When I think of skill trees, this is the stuff I think of.
Sure.
Branching options with different paths you can take to get to said options.
True.
This is not that. You have a bunch of these
What? Oh, if you want to know what they say, go buy the book. Sure, that's fine. But I can't really tell what I'm looking at. But I do understand it is like, probably you get the first thing, and then it goes down to the next thing because of the arrows, because there's banners.
Yeah.
I would assume.
linear skill trees with 4 to 5 options each. The skill trees are also separated into different categories like warfare or magecraft, and I feel like separating them like this makes it feel not super classless. Like, if you want to make a martial character, you're probably just going to go down into the warfare and tactics trees. And at that point, the progression system seems pretty linear, and there's nothing inherently wrong with that. Don't get me wrong, it's just not what I'm looking for. I will say though, the amount of options here is great, and the options themselves are really cool. I'm a big fan of Mimic and Blood Magic. I think those are my 2 favorites.
2 points of favor on tests used to mimic the actions of another creature. Sure. When you cast a spell, you may spend, I assume SHP is just spell HP? I don't know. Just HP in general.
Stamina,
Um,
HP.
Spells cast this way cannot regain SHP. Does not count as a discounted cost. Okay, fair enough.
All right, rating time. When it comes to presentation, I give Utopia a 3 out of 5. I'm a big fan of the short stories and the multimedia aspect of the game world. It's super cool. The art is also really nice. Moonlight Pass 03 did a wonderful job, but man, that weird paper texture and the marble backgrounds really throw me off.
Sure.
This also might just be a problem with the PDF, but it was very blurry. I feel like the physical release probably doesn't have this problem, so if you have the physical release of this game, please let me know. I don't think Utopia is a bad game. In fact, I think it's really well put together, and I could see it garnering a pretty large fan base if the right people covered it. Sadly, its mechanics just aren't for me. I prefer less crunchy games, and Utopia is decently crunchy. It's by far not the crunchiest game I've ever played, but when comparing it to the other two games here, it's 100% not jiffy smooth. But the spell and crafting mechanic systems are so good that I feel pretty comfortable giving Utopia an 8 out of 10 on mechanics.
Wow.
Okay, there is not much to say about the classlessness of this game that I haven't already said, so I'm just gonna say the rating and move on. I give Utopia a 7 out of 10 on the execution of its classlessness. Great quality and quantity of options, I just really don't like the way they're formatted. All of this gives Utopia a final score of 18 out of 28. Utopia is the longest book here, coming at 238 pages, and this video is already really long,
So you just fucking skimmed by, so like I get okay. You dropped your presentation of like your sections to talk about, and because there's so much of it that you didn't want to go through a lot of it, or because the video was getting quote unquote too long. Now don't get me wrong, I get it. When you highly edit stuff, it does take a lot longer to actually like make the video and stuff. I will not besmirch you for not wanting to do more editing, but like, I don't know, man. Okay.
Yeah.
Jiffy, but shows a jar of Skippy. Yeah, no, he said, he put the little thing on the thing to say Skippy meant Skippy or whatever. I don't know.
Ugh.
Can we at least see something that it's not desert? No.
Yeah, right. Play a different fucking level.
That's right. Did he make that screenshot blurry just to say buy the book? I guess. Maybe.
I can't fit everything about it in this video, so if you'd like to see a more in-depth review on this system where I'll go into everything, please let me know, because there is definitely a lot to discuss here. Okay.
Sure, but like, could you discuss more of it so that I can understand your rating?
Yeah, wouldn't that be nice?
Like, I get that you said 8 out of 10 just because of the spell crafting, and I was like, huh, it seemed like the only real point of praise that you had for it was the spell crafting, so I would think that it would go lower because, like, the rest of it is too much crunch for you. But sure. Okay.
After I wrote the last part of the script, I had to leave for a D&D session. I just got back, and I
Crazy.
did in fact
There's
TPK
another.
my players. It was an accident, I swear. A lot of nat 1s on their end, multiple nat 20s on mine. Anyways, this
You guys, not gonna lie, I've been fading for a while now, and I don't know if I have the energy to do a whole third section of his video.
That's fair.
I might dip here.
That's
yeah,
fair.
because honestly,
if you're,
I am barely paying attention to this video, man.
it's only, so this part is only a minute and a half, it looks like. But hey, I'm not saying that you should stay because of that. If you're fucking feeling it, you're fucking feeling it, dude. No worries at all.
Yeah, I've still got to cook dinner.
Okay, all right. Yeah, no worries.
I thought you were flipping your chicken earlier.
Yeah, I was flipping my chicken. Now I've got to make my pasta.
Okay.
Yeah, fair. All right.
All right. Have a good one, lads.
All
Yep,
right.
take it easy.
See you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Yeah, okay. Well, this video has killed Aiden. Officially.
Yeah, right. Like this is, ugh.
I'm just kind of like sitting here like,
Yeah.
I would love better representations of these games, I guess. And I know that's, well, I'm not sure what the point is. Just to show what he chooses. And again, I asked the question, why am I a participant in this?
Yeah, why am I here?
Yeah. So, I don't know. Wahoo.
Anyways, this video is to find a game for my next campaign. And now, my next campaign starts next week instead of...
Yes, the gameplay on screen is not interesting. You're right. It is the same thing over and over.
It's really not.
If it was me playing it, it might be more interesting because I would be interacting with it. But right now, I'm watching Subway Surfers and I want to die. I can't believe the video got Aiden before the infant leukemia. I know, right? Sometimes
Holy
it
shit, yeah,
happens,
you're right.
man. It's crazy.
of like 2 months from now. So I guess I gotta speed run getting this video done. Goblinz is a classless TTRPG.
I honestly, whatever that anecdote was, I have no idea, and I don't care.
Yeah.
Sorry. Just tell me about the game.
Yeah.
RPG system made by fellow TTRPG tuber, The Ugly Goblin. It's currently in alpha, and as such, only exists in the form of a Google Doc. Because of this, I will mostly be judging its presentation on the skill trees themselves and the character sheets. Speaking of character sheets, these are the best of the 3 games. Very well laid out, with wonderful use of color, the little person here for the injuries tab. Also, looking at this and the quick start guide, I like the art and the font is both stylized and easy to read. I wish the character sheet had a notes section, but not super pressed about that. Goblinz has 4 standard stats, with luck being the standout here. It's a stat, but it's also a resource similar to Call of Cthulhu, but here you get your luck back on a rest, and you can spend your luck that you don't have for a penalty. This is neat. The game's core mechanics are front-loaded in the document, which is great. This is a 2d6 roll high system, which is good. I like roll high, I like d6.
So this is the one that you're gonna pick. I've just okay, sure.
And if you roll 2 1s, that's your critical fail, and 2 6s is your critical success. There's also rad rolls, which happen when you roll the same 2 numbers on both dice, which makes the dice explode. Awesome. I love exploding dice so much. Never Stop Blowing Up is one of my favorite Dimension 20 seasons. You can also choose to gamble on a roll. If you do this, you say out loud the worst possible outcome that could happen when you make this check. If you fail, that's what happens. But if you succeed, you gain an extra luck. You can't use luck or abilities on these rolls. I think that's pretty awesome, and it really fits the themes of the game. Goblin.
I like that as a mechanic for something that is, you know, one of those one of these types of games. If it's just like, yeah, fuck it, gambling, absolutely, dude. Risk rewards are good, like mechanics. Give me more of them. I want to risk it all. I've got to put it all on black, baby. I don't know how those casinos stay in business, dude. They're just giving away money.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Also uses a 2-action system where the actions reset at the end of your turn, which means you can start a turn with no actions if you're using multiple reactions. This game also has an injury system where you take injuries instead of losing HP when you take damage after dropping to 0. If you gain a head injury while your head is already injured, there's a 50-50 chance you die. The system is kind of similar to the wound system in Nimble, but here, some of these injuries are permanent. Like, if you injure an already limb, you just lose that limb. I think I prefer Nimble's version, but for a game about making little freaks that will eventually become monsters, yeah, this definitely works.
See, yeah, I like that as an idea, and also, I wish you had also said that, like, in the beginning of, like, what the game is. Just to give me more of, like, an idea of what I'm supposed to be thinking about this.
Yeah.
But I'm, you know, it's fine. It's whatever. Why is he reviewing an alpha just because the creator gave it to him? I don't know. Probably.
Yeah, because I think he said in the beginning that he asked a bunch of other D&D/RPG tubers.
Yeah.
For their shit.
Exactly. Game testing is one thing, but publicly judging it when it's not done seems like jumping the gun. I mean, you know. It's fine.
I guess if the creator gave him permission, you know, he probably asked.
Yeah, and like, judging a playtest is not uncommon, right? Like, I don't think that there's anything wrong with that because it is something of like, I hope that they improve this way. Oh, I like this mechanic. If they continue with this, then hopefully it will continue to be a thing. You know, like, it's helpful. I think, to make it so that you have that feedback, so so that you can continue with your development, right? Especially if it's somebody that this person knows. That way they can develop the game better. Like, there's no jump in the gun or anything, I feel. It's just as part of the process. Especially if the creator gave it to him and said, yeah, you can use this in your video as, like, a thing that you're going to try. Cool. You know, like that, I don't know.
Goblinz also has a spellcraft system.
Oh my god,
it's just as good as Utopia's, with the main
Oh my
difference
God.
being that it skips the power points and the stamina stuff and just goes straight to the mana cost per effect, which makes it easier to explain to players, which I think is one of Goblin's greatest strengths, is that it's very easy to understand for new players. One thing that I have never been on board with in my entire life when it comes to Dungeons and Dragons is XP leveling. That stuff stinks, and it makes no sense in the world. It's also just not super fun to track. Goblinz does XP leveling, but they do it well. Instead of gaining XP from combat only, you gain it from important RP moments, and instead of every single monster giving XP, you get XP from every important fight. This allows for lower XP thresholds per level, which means easier math, which means less annoying to track.
Sure. I would also say that XP doesn't need to make sense in the world, I guess.
Yeah.
That's fine. Like, there's parts of these games that are gamey. I still would argue that XP doesn't make sense at all. Like, levels, they don't make sense at all. Why would I level up from this...
Killing something.
Well, yeah, killing all these things, and then not level up from when I, like, travel across the world, you know?
Yeah, right.
Which I am totally fine with, like, being events, like you're saying for this Goblinz game. They give XP and all that. That makes more sense to me, just in an experience, like, as an overall term for, like, your life experience, really. That makes more sense in that way. The fact that it would get you more powerful is not necessarily the same kind of thing that I would say makes sense, but that's why Milestone is, like, the one thing that I'm like, yeah, fuck it, we just fucking go. And even that doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Because, like, I choose the milestone. You know? I leveled up when I turned 30. It auto-put my stat points in random pain, sadly. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Shame.
It's true. It's true. Maybe there should be a system where you absorb the essence of beings that you destroy, and that's what it uses for XP. Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
That would make sense in world, and that's how you get more
like,
powerful.
So, like, Dark Souls.
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, Dark Souls. Yes. 100%. Yes. I guess I personally couldn't judge something publicly if it wasn't finished. That's fair enough for you. And that's fine.
Bitch.
No. No. But, like, yeah, no, legitimately, yeah. If that's how you feel about it, that's totally fine. But I see no issue in it whatsoever.
This might be
The only thing is that if you and he did do it, he said this is an alpha. As long as you say what type of, like, release you've gotten, you're not calling it the final release. So things could change, right? Like, that's just part of it inherently. As long as you're upfront about that, that immediately makes me go, oh, okay. So it could improve. Yeah. I don't know. But if I don't like the premise from the beginning, then why would I like it when it's like finished? You know? The same thing with early access games. Right? Like, if I'm playing a game and it sucks as an early access title, I'm probably going to refund it and not, like, play it anymore. And then later on, hey, if that game comes out and is, like, fully released and it's good, well then, hey, I might actually buy it and play it then. That's just how it works, you know? Do I think that we should do that necessarily with the early access games? I don't know. But that's a whole other conversation. Or it could just go the Monster Hunter route and have you build better equipment from materials you loot and not have XP. Yes.
Yeah.
Many ways to do it.
The biggest nitpick in the entire video, but why aren't the monsters' stats listed in maps order? It's a wonderful acronym, and I feel like just for consistency and branding, they should be listed like that. Also, you got a geek bar and a Tamagotchi, which is sick as hell. Okay, let's slow things down and let's talk about the classlessness. This is what I wanted from a classless RPG. Interconnected, branching skill trees. I will say, I did expect good things from the Goblin skill tree going into this video, because the Ugly Goblin is like the TTRPG skill tree guy. You get 3 of them here, 1 for combat, 1 for RP, and 1 for crafting, though the crafting one hasn't been revealed yet because the game is still in alpha. When you level up, you get 3 types of level points: battle, roll, and artisan. These can then be used for their respective skill trees, and you can change up the distribution depending on what type of game you want to play. The standard,
I think,
That's neat.
yeah, I think maps order is what he was talking about with the stats that are in the actual game here. Might, and then something, I think agility, and then whatever, and then luck. So I think that's just what he's talking about.
distribution is 3 battle points, 2 roll points, and 1 artisan point, but since the crafting tree doesn't exist yet, I would probably just axe the artisan points for now and give an extra roll point. One thing that I don't like about the skill tree is node hopping. For the cost of an extra skill point, you can jump from one unlocked node to another locked node within 3 branches. Personally, I would change it to either cost 1 level point per branch traveled, or reduce the amount of nodes you can hop from 3 to 2. Also, in writing my notes for this system, I noted that the origins were too rooted in the game world, and if you wanted to play in a different game world, you'd either have to have 1-to-1 analogs, or you would need to make all new origins. But when I write my scripts, I go back through and I double check the info in my notes to make sure it's accurate. In my notes, I had pitched the idea of making more...
You did that, and then you said in your little notes thing that came on the screen, made far too many mistakes, or made far... like a lot of mistakes, and I'm over here like, okay,
yeah,
you know, we could just go right ahead with what we got. It's fine.
generic origins that could be laid over whatever region you wanted, only to realize that's how they already work. So that's pretty neat. Scoring time. For presentation, Goblinz gets a 3 out of 5. I think it could be 4 out of 5, or even a 5 out of 5 once it's fully released, but because of the whole only exists in a Google Doc thing, I can't in good faith give it higher than a 3 as of right now. For overall mechanics, it's a 9 out of 10. I haven't seen the crafting mechanics yet, because again, this game is in alpha, but everything that's out is super solid, and it's really everything I could want. When it comes to how this game implements its classlessness, Goblinz comes out on top with a 12 out of 13. Like I said before, it's exactly what I wanted. Not only are the options themselves great, but the way you unlock them is also great. The only thing keeping it from a perfect score here is the node hopping, which I hope it's tweaked in the final game. And the final rankings are Utopia in 3rd with 18 out of 28, Dungeneers in 2nd with 21 out of 28, and Goblinz in 1st with 24 out of 28, which means Goblinz will be the game that I
didn't notice that.
Play for my next campaign.
Okay.
If you want reviews for any of these 3 systems, please let me know in the comments. And if you have any systems that you want me to look at, leave them down in the comments, or shoot me an email at the email in my link tree. Also, there will be links to all 3 games down in the description, so please go check them out.
That's good, at least.
Okay, bye-bye.
Okay. All right.
You know, I kind of feel bad
right
about asking to hear other games, because I brought this on us. Maybe we should just stick with D&D. At least people know what the fuck they're talking about there most of the time. Some of the time. Yeah.
No, it's one of those things where this video was made to just tell me what you're gonna play.
Yeah.
It's supposed to pique my interest. And don't get me wrong, I think a little bit of my interest has been piqued here and there. Okay? I like some of the concepts that have been presented to me, but I'm not sold on like going in and finding these games, which it's not necessarily your job to do, because that's not the point of the video. The point of the video is specifically, this is what I'm going to play, and I'm telling you why. Because of my personal tastes. Which, if my personal tastes align with yours, which they do to a degree for some things, then I might do the same. And that's really what you can hope for, I guess, from this video. But that's again, it's not the point.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm like, I watched a fucking character jumping through hills of sand and green. Do I remember a lot?
Nope.
Some of it, yeah.
I don't remember a god dang thing.
Actually,
that's a lie. The only thing that I remember is the I remember the Goblinz skill tree, which is neat.
It does sound neat. I like it. I'm also hesitant about the jumping nodes thing. I would agree with that. It just seems a little. It just depends on the power level, I guess. If it's consistent all the way through, I guess. But I mean, I don't know. If I really want to, and for those of you who are interested, go to the video and go in the description of it, and you can get to those games and you can find out about them on your own. Probably get some more information that way, honestly. Or look up videos about them, potentially. Maybe this is your gateway video to finding other videos that actually talk about them. I don't know. Whatever it might be. But the video will be in the description regardless, so that you can go and check it out. If you want to read all the text. That we stopped for like 3. There's still mouse guard? True. I do still want to look into mouse guard at some point. Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I guess we've learned.
Yep. We've learned something.
We've learned some things. Potentially they will be stolen, so that they can be used in other maybe games of other systems here and there. But I don't know. Did we learn?
Not much.
I mean, I learned that there are more games out there.
Yeah.
I knew that, but like I learned it again.
Yeah. Neato.
And to be fair, if this should potentially get people to look into different videos about these systems, that's fine, you know?
Yeah.
Like, if you can remember Utopia was the second one?
Yep.
Okay.
I don't even remember the first one.
I honestly am trying. I can't remember.
Yeah, and I can't. The thing that's driving me fucking crazy is that I can't remember the name of that running game. I know its name, but I can't fucking remember it.
I don't know.
Because, I mean, it's like that was there for the whole video. It was there for longer than any of the other games. Like,
yeah,
fucking Christ.
It's true. It's true. There won't be a test, right, Papa? First off, I'm not your dad. Second off, there will be a test. I won't tell you when. It'll be a pop quiz. You'll have to know.
You'll have to. You won't have to know. You'll have to remind us because we won't fucking remember.
That's right. I just remember it was guild based. Dungeneers? I think it was what it was called.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, Dungeneers. There we go.
Good job. You passed the test.
Wahoo! We got there. But yeah, so honestly, for the Goblinz one, go check out the channel for the person who's making it. If they're a D&D tuber or of some sort,
the ugly goblin. Apparently.
Yeah, the ugly goblin. There you go. Go there and see about checking out the videos about it, because I would assume that there are dev diary videos about it of some sort. You know. So yeah, maybe there's some value there that you can learn. More so. Anyway.
That was it. Haste.
Okay.
Yes,
I remember.
Broken Worlds.
Okay, I remember seeing that.
And you're running through the Broken Worlds. I knew it was a simple name.
There you go.
I kept thinking it was like Escape, but no, Haste.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. But yeah, this is the point, I suppose, where I will give you the invitation to leave, if you wish.
And I'm gonna leave because I'm hungry.
That is fair.
I haven't eaten since earlier today.
Holy shit. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go eat.
Oh, and dude, I'm playing a Pokemon ROM hack called Pokemon Infinity.
Ooh, okay.
And it has an evolution for fucking Delibird. And I can't wait. Yeah.
Oh, that's so
They
sick.
gave him an evolution. There's a lot of fake mon, and they're actually like really good.
Hell yeah. Cool.
One of them is like a tadpole looking guy, kind of like a mean tadpole with tusks. And he is called Darpole, and then it evolves into Brutoad. And then after that, it evolves in its final form is called Godfrogger, which is fucking great, actually.
That's great. I do like that as a name, for sure.
They gave evolutions for every single type as well.
Ah.
So there's rock, ground, dragon, dark. Oh, and there already was a dark. Poison.
Yeah.
The poison one is called Scorpion, which is fucking sick.
Honestly, that should already be a thing. What are we doing?
That should be a thing, and it's really cool.
That does sound cool.
The ground one is called Sphinxion.
Nice.
Which is also awesome.
That is really cool.
And, you know what? There are regional forms as well. The region is called Ego.
Oh.
It's spelled Ego. And there is a regional form of Oddish, and it goes all the way through up to Bellossom and Vileplume.
Ooh.
And fucking the Bellossom is called Mortossum. And it's a fucking like light purple. You know what? Here, I'll give you a screenshot because it's actually sick.
Cool.
And I'm using one right now.
Hell yeah.
Let me show you, and you can show chat because it's really neat. I forget the name of this, like the type of style.
Ooh,
look at that.
It's the Lolita kind, right?
Yeah, it's like and it's like Day of the Dead type shit.
Yeah,
she's got
yeah.
Let
me get this up.
It's really neat.
Get this up for everybody to see. Oh, that looks fucking awesome, actually.
I know, it's really pretty.
Yeah. Look at this. Look at this, everybody. That looks fucking sick. More awesome.
And they're actually, it starts you off with the Kanto starters, but they're all different and they're all changed.
Cool.
So, the Bulbasaur is it's not a jungle flower. It's a fucking cactus.
Hell yeah, that's cool.
It's like cactus. Oh, and they gave Sunflora an evolution. They gave Marowak an evolution.
Nice.
They actually gave an alternate final form for the Nidorans called Nidorrook.
Ooh, cool. Okay.
There is an alternate form for Tangela where instead of vines, it's fucking power cables, which is awesome.
That does sound cool.
And then there's this is the last one I'll do because it's there is an alternate form for Trubbish and Garbodor where they're in trash cans.
Hey, okay.
So, like, Trubbish is in, like, a little metal can. He's, like, lifting up the lid. And then Garbodor is in a dumpster.
Yeah, fuck yeah. That's awesome.
It's really cool. It's really neat. Oh, the funniest one? Let me show you this. This is very funny. They made a fucking attacker Chansey.
Oh.
Look how goofy it is. It's really funny.
Hold on. Don't worry, everybody. You're gonna see it. You're gonna see it.
It's really funny. And it also evolves into a Blissey, but I won't.
Right. Right.
And it's fucking strong, too.
I bet. I'm
so pretty sure there's, like, let's, like, bring its HP way down and put some of that into attack. It's
yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah, so it's actually really fun. It's fucking hard, though. I'll tell you what. There's only 5 gym battles, and on the 5th gym battle, I'm already approaching mid to high 60s.
Shit. Okay.
Yeah, that's high level shit.
I assume it's gonna be an Elite 4 that's probably nearer to 100 than you would think.
I don't know if there actually is an Elite 4 in this area, but there's still seemingly a good deal of story left.
Hell yeah. Cool.
We'll see. Yeah.
Very cool.
Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and go. I just had to drop those because
Yeah,
those are
for
very
sure.
cute and funny.
I get you,
Right.
man. I get you.
Yep. All right. See ya.
See you later. All right, everybody. By the way, can I just let you know, if you're still around here right now, Monday, Vampire comes out. Oh, hey! It's a really good episode, honestly. A really good session that happened. I liked it a lot. I was quite happy with it. And I would appreciate it if you looked into Vampire, maybe. If you haven't watched any of Vampire, well, maybe you should watch all of Vampire, because it's been a really, really fun time. But yeah, so that's coming out before this will come out. It'll come out at 8 a.m., and this will come out at 10 a.m. on Monday. So, look out for that. Other than that, though, we have comments in shilling. Wahoo! So, oh shit, Boo was here for this. I should have told him. I'll tell him. I'll send him to him after. But Unirico said, the second game of the series where you can dual-wield weapons that are way too large for it, and difficulty comes mostly from devs throwing a bunch of enemies at you. Never thought I'd see you guys play Dark Souls on here. Edit. I stand corrected. Dark Souls 2 does not have a T-Rex smoking a cigar and having rocket launchers for arms. Missed opportunity, to be honest. True. This is when we were playing Serious Sam 2. Fun times, Serious Sam 2. Basically, but it thankfully is not shit with its hitboxes like Dark Souls 2. Wahoo! Anyway, and Timothy saying, hello, bros. Still working on lore. Hope all is well. Have a nice day. Thank you very much. Thank you for the comments. Of course, of course, of course. Appreciate it. So, that brings us right over to the website, tabletalkdnd.us. And if you go over to the Support Us Further page here, in the More section, or if it's across your screen, it's probably on the right hand side somewhere. You can look at all the things that I'm going to talk about. Wow. So, we have our Patreon and our Ko-Fi. Up to you if you want to join either. If you do, you become a table flipper for as little as $1 a month. Patreon.com/tabletalkcrew and Ko-Fi.com/tabletalkcrew. Either of them you can join for as little as $1 a month. And a big thank you goes out to our lovely table flippers here. That being Steely, Draco Kraken, and Rick, aka Unit Rico. Up at tier 4. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you very much. Every single month. We appreciate you immensely, and we hope you continue to enjoy. A thank you goes out to Crimson Rose as well. Thank you. And a thank you goes to our Tier 1 contributor. We appreciate all of you. Hope you're all doing well. And thanks for supporting the show. Little as $1 a month, you get to basically just support the show, see things when they're early, when they do come out. I haven't had the fucking time because I'm fucking busy working. That's just how it be, you know? I wish I had more time. I wish I had more energy, but I've literally been falling asleep basically a half hour to an hour after I come home from work. Part of that is heat, and part of that is I am just a little baby. I'm a little baby boy who needs his sleepies, okay? Anyway, continuing right along, we have our Fourth Wall shop here. Hell, there's your little website link there. The Fourth Wall shop has Sunrise and Sin City Mat, the keychains, the dice, the coasters of each of the Tabletop crew, the mug for the main series. Honestly, I should call this Discussion and Discourse mug. Jerry, Tabletop crew mouse pad, and the notebook, Tabletop crew notebook. Yeah, if you want to buy something off there, it helps support us a little bit. and you get a thing. You get a little physical thing. So if you want to, if you're feeling like you want it, go and buy it. I really like my Sunrise and Sin City mat. And my keychains. These are on my bag all the time. They're great. And my dice. I mean, and my coasters. Shit, I have all of this except for Jerry. And that, actually. The mousepad and the TableTalk Crew notebook. I should get this, though. Honestly, I should get me a notebook. Anyway. If you do buy it, anything from it, thank you. Hope you enjoy it. You can donate directly with stream elements here. If you do, it goes directly onto the stream. It uses PayPal, so if you're averse to that, hey, don't worry about it. You don't have to. You can technically donate through, Ko-Fi here. I don't. This doesn't come up on the screen, but I will. If this does happen, I will actually just read them. If you say not to, that's fine, and I won't read them. But yeah, that's also there. Anyway, close out of that. We're affiliated with Humble Bundle, so if you use the link in our description as well as that clickable logo, you can go over to Humble Bundle and buy stuff through it and help support us a little bit. Why do I recognize this? Why do I recognize these two people? I don't know. Hold on. It's a lot of Boys Love and Yuri and other stuff, but I need to know. Hold on. I recognize two people. I think I watched an anime. Oh my god, guys, I think I watched an anime once. Hold on. Oh my god, there's so many. Oh my god, there's so many here. Okay. I didn't see it. Oh well. Regardless, I'm gonna figure this out. I don't know. Anyway, maybe it's not the one that I'm thinking of. I think there was like a romance anime that I saw that was those two characters. Sorry, so if you use the thing, you can go and like get stuff from like Free League RPG Collection, or hell, this Boys Love Yuri and more from Ichijinsha? Ichijinsha? I don't know if I'm saying that right. I apologize. You go and get whatever you want through it, and you help support us. Free League RPG Collection. $25 for 29 things, dude. Forbidden Lands, Twilight 2000. Oh, Vaesen. Ooh, Mutant Year Zero. Ooh. Ooh. Dragonbane. Hey, we learned about that a little bit. Well, I'm buying this. Vaesen. Ooh. Vaesen. The core rulebook. Oh, fuck. I'm buying this. I'm buying this after this. Yeah. Go and see what you want. If you use the link, it gives us a little bit of a kickback. Up to you, of course, but Humble Bundle's great. Anyway, we're also associated and affiliated with Drive-Thru RPG, fiction, comics, and cards. The RPG stuff is the stuff that is most relevant, so here we go. It's got a lot of stuff that is official, as well as the where is it? Community stuff that is made here for many different systems, and just stuff that's exclusive to the site. It's very good for getting physical copies as well as just digital copies, and getting both, honestly. And excuse me, goodness. And I would recommend it. This is how we get things out to people when they win the giveaways. So go on and check you out. Drive-Thru RPG. If you use our link within 15 days of using it, if you purchase something, it gives us a 4 or 5% kickback. I think it's 5. I'm never sure on this. And I like that guy. But yeah, Same thing goes for the cards, comics, and fiction links. So go and check drive-through sites, I suppose, is the best way to put it. Link in the description for drive-through RPG. Anyway, that will do it for us tonight. I thank you very much for checking us out. If you're new, maybe even subscribing and liking and commenting, maybe. Maybe even joining in the chat. Thank you so much for all of you who have, of course. And thank you so much for those of you who are watching the VOD when it comes out. Appreciate you. Continue to do the things, I suppose, if you're enjoying the stuff. I gotta go and get this all set and ready to upload, so that I can wake up really early tomorrow morning and go help my mom with a bunch of stuff. I'm gonna be very, very fucking tired. And then I gotta wake up early on Monday too for work. Woohoo! Hey. Anyway, thanks. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye. Bye.